YouTube? It's Zyloc with Media Hindsight. It is October 14th. That means we have 4 more days until the Portland Retro Gaming Expo kicks off. And today we're going to look at a classic title based upon a classic movie that came out in 1933, and it's none other than King Kong. It is considered an American movie classic to this day, and you know, it fits with the horror theme very well. The game came out in 1982 for the Atari 2600 and was published by Tiger Vision. But how does it hold up compared to the film? Let's take a look. The most glaring issue about King Kong is the fact that this game already exists. And if anybody's played Donkey Kong, you already know this to be true. King Kong, the video game, could have worked had the premise been different than that of Donkey Kong. Maybe the player would control King Kong and have to fight off aircrafts while ascending buildings, or maybe they could play as the damsel in distress and have to escape King Kong's clutches. Unfortunately, Tiger Vision thought it would suffice to straight up steal the concept of Donkey Kong and slap the King Kong title on it. My next complaint should be an obvious one. Why does King Kong look so terrible? The designers of this game couldn't have possibly spent more than 3 minutes creating this sprite. It's just really bad. I know the sprite of Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600 is pretty bad too, but that's no excuse. What's even worse is that the screen you're looking at is the only one you get to play. The developers created only one level, and you just repeat it over and over again. Talk about boring. And speaking of boring, what about the gameplay itself? While your character is fairly well animated, he certainly doesn't move any too quickly, and the pace of movement and jumping is just tiresome, and you'll get bored of it halfway up the level. The player has the ability to move from right, left, jump, and ascend ladders. You'll need all of these tools as bombs will descend towards you as you make your way up the level. Your only defense is jumping over these bombs, which is very easy as the hit detection is beyond forgiving. The difficulty comes in how they move about the level though. They can move down ladders and also fall through holes in the floor. Why don't they always fall through the floors though? It's just so frustrating when you assume that they will, but they don't. The controls don't allow for this kind of response time and will get you killed more often than not if you guess incorrectly. You will notice that after you get halfway up the level, King Kong will make his way down to the bottom of the level and reverse the motions of the bombs. This certainly doesn't make anything more difficult or interesting. Another thing to note is that on the top floor, jumping is impossible, so make sure that the floor is clear before dashing to save the woman at the top. After that, you just start the level all over again. How exciting! Visually, I can say this game doesn't look too bad outside of King Kong and the fact that there's only one level. Animations of sprites are pretty decent as well. The music during play is sorta catchy, at least at first, because it did grate on my ears after a while, and the sound effects are crisp and pretty well done. And there you guys have it. That's King Kong for the Atari 2600. I'm going to have to give the game a 40 out of 100 simply because it's not that fun to play and it's a blatant ripoff of Donkey Kong to begin with. But in King Kong's defense, Donkey Kong ripped its idea from King Kong originally. It's just unfortunate Donkey Kong is just a much better game, and while it exists, I highly suggest you guys play that instead and stay far, far away from King Kong. And as always, I'm Zyloc with Media Hindsight, signing out.